Hey, welcome to the video. Today I want to talk to you about the influence of stress on mind and on the body. This video could literally change your health and potentially it could save your life. So the question is, to start off with, have you ever done anything stupid when you've been under stress or when you've been angry? I'm pretty sure all of us have. Ever realized what is actually happening to your mind and your body when you are stressed? Or does it just seem normal to you, part of everyday life? Because when we experience stress, our bodies release hormones, mainly cortisol. It's also called the stress hormone. And within 7 minutes of cortisol being released, we can lose up to 50% of our IQ. That's both our academic IQ and our emotional IQ capacity. Cortisol is also a carcinogenic. It destroys our hormone profile, especially estrogen and testosterone. And one of the main symptoms of that is weight gain. Cortisol also destroys the gut balance. It interferes with our gut biomes. Now, stress and cortisol are okay in short bursts. In fact, they're essential. They're part of our fight or flight response or reflex mechanism that keeps us safe. But stress and cortisol are bad news if you live in a near constant state of stress. A constant state of stress inhibits the body's ability to heal, to repair. It inhibits the body's ability to rehydrate, to remove toxins, and results in the body's organs being in a state of dis-ease instead of being in a state of ease, which is our more natural state. It's our thrive state. Stress is widely accepted now as the number one killer, contributing to over 80% of diseases globally. And that is why we need to understand what's going on. So what's the solution? We can't really avoid stress. We can't ignore it. We can't hide from it, hope it goes away. Because if we do that, in many instances, it's just going to multiply. It's just going to increase. So what we need to do is we need to deal with it. We need to understand it and embark on a condition therapy, if you like, or a condition treatment. We need to expose ourselves to stress in a conscious and healthy way and understand it. We need to raise our awareness of what stress feels like first. For many, they simply are conditioned and accustomed to stress. It's become a habit and they don't realize they are stressed, because stress and cortisol are as addictive as any drug. So what we need to do is we first need to be aware of stress, and the immediate response to stress should be to breathe, because breathing resets the autonomic nervous system. It raises our immune response by boosting our white blood cell count. With breathing and resetting our biology, we can calm or remove the stress response within 90 seconds or faster. Because in fact, the stress hormones are removed naturally from within the body within 90 seconds. With proper technique and practice, we could get this down to less than 10. But in fact, what tends to happen is the biological response becomes overridden by the psychological response. But just getting back to the breathing, just a quick tip. When you notice you're stressed or angry, all you need to do is just be aware and just practice breathing into your heart, or you can do what is often referred to as the 6x6x6 method, which is to breathe in for the count of 6, breathe out for the count of 6, hold that out breath, for a count of 6 and just repeat. Okay. So there's loads of different breathing methodologies out there. Find one that works for you and keep it short. But literally, breathing can reset our biological response to stress. So the stimulus of stress has remained while we've been breathing, but we have now started to change our response. However, it's not the stimulus of stress that is the problem, but our perception of the stimulus. Because if we can change our biological response to stress, but not our psychological response, we're going to re-trigger the stress response in the mind through our habitual perception and therefore kickstart that whole biological response again, which could be elevated heart rate, respiratory system, and all the things we mentioned earlier. So we need to move from a biological or biochemistry response to a psychological response to stress to get a long-term benefit and a long-term understanding and a long-term solution. So how can we go about doing this? We need to change the perception of stress by giving it a new meaning. So once you've calmed the initial biological response down with your breathing, ask yourself, what are the benefits of the stress experience? What skills can I learn? What knowledge can I gain from this? What experience can I gain? Can I accept it? Is it true? Can I do something about it or its presence in my life? These are powerful questions, and they'll help develop a new psychology by actively seeking the benefits and then putting yourself into an active state of gratitude for that stress experience. Why put yourself into a state of gratitude for that experience? But surely stress is perceived as bad. No, stress is around us all the time. It's part of life, but it's our perception of stress. It's our perception of what's going on. So why gratitude? Well, gratitude state in us elevates our levels of DHEA, which is a neural protector of our immune system. It helps our metabolism to speed up and increase our muscle mass. It burns calories and it strengthens our bones. Okay. And as DHEA increases, so cortisol decreases. So if we don't learn to change our biology or our psychology, we risk re-triggering the biological response a few minutes later. So it's really important that the biological response and the psychological response work hand in hand, and they're both there to really raise our awareness and condition our response to stress. After all, we were born with just two major fears, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noise. Think of a baby. When it hears a loud noise, it goes into that startle reflex. Okay. So that's important. Nearly every other fear is learned or adapted through our observation and our environment. Basically, our environment, which includes the people in it, has told us what to be afraid of. Our environment has, in effect, lied to us. Some fears are useful and practical. However, most fears limit and shackle us. So the reason for sharing this is to help you understand that we need to build resilience and awareness to understand fear and how to deal with it from a biological or biochemistry perspective, as well as a psychological point of view. So we can keep moving from that place of lack and limitation to a place where we feel limitless and unstoppable, because the only thing to fear is fear itself, in essence. And if we can understand that we can't hide from fear, can't ignore it, if we don't deal with it, okay, the fears we don't face become our limits. But by understanding how we can process fear from a biological and a psychological perspective, we can then feel more emboldened, and it's going to improve our health, and it could potentially save our life. So I hope that has been of benefit. If you want more insights and tools in ways to help you amplify all that you are and amplify the results that you deserve, then visit the Amplify You group. I'll put the link below. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch up soon with another useful training. Bye for now.